What's going on, guys? It's Hi, and I probably have a reference down below or wherever as to where I am right now, but if not, I'm currently in New York City. I literally just got inside this hotel room. The plane landed at like 6:30 a.m. Hopped inside a taxi, took like an hour and a half to get to the hotel, and check-in wasn't even till like 3 o'clock or something like that, so the plan was to just leave the luggage here and then bum around for a few hours. But luckily the hotel apparently just had the room ready and we were able to go in and just chill out for a little bit. So I'm currently here for the next 5 days, so obviously I'm hoping to make a lot of content here, but to be honest with you, I think I've slept like 4 hours over the last 2 days, so my irritability level is a little bit high right now. So I'm probably going to take a nap and then come back and show you guys around the room or whatever it may be. Okay, so after a nap that took a little bit longer than expected, I am finally out and about and exploring New York for the first time. So I forgot to mention this, but I'm staying at the Citizen M Hotel, and luckily this hotel is kind of in the central downtown New York area, and it's only about 4 minutes away from Times Square, which is where I am going right now. Well, actually, scratch that, I just made it to Times Square right now, and I can see the little bleachers everywhere, so really close. So I am officially in Times Square now. As you can see behind me, the famous bleachers that everybody sits on, and supposedly if you go on these bleachers, every once in a while your picture, or at least the bleachers, get projected onto one of these screens, which it's cool, I guess, but you know, like, this spot isn't really for me, I would say, because it's really just a bunch of billboards and advertising and a bunch of stores, which I'm not really about. So while it's cool, you know, in the moment, it's alright. So that was just a quick trip into Times Square, and I literally just stayed there for a few minutes, and it was cool, but it's the middle of the day right now. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm waiting for really all the lights to pop off and really get some nice pictures. So I left Times Square, and right now I'm walking to Central Park to check that out and see what that's all about. So I completely forgot to mention why I'm even in New York in the first place. Today is April 2nd, and yesterday, April 1st, was actually my birthday, and that was the whole reason of why I went on this trip. That and spring break. You know, I'm not in school anymore, but spring break. But anyways, I was supposed to actually be in New York, or there was talks of Mexico or Paris and a bunch of different places, but I ended up in New York, and I was actually supposed to leave on the 31st, but I didn't leave until the night of April 1st for various reasons, but that is why I'm in New York right now. So I'm officially in Central Park right now. Just made it through the Columbus Circle, which is kind of like the entrance point for the southern part of the park. So funny story about Central Park. Back when Pokemon Go was new and it was like super hot, everyone was playing it, I was like really into it, and I was like actually going around and skating and picking up Pokemon and all that stuff. But when I play games, I have a really short attention span just because I'm not really into playing games all that much. So when I play games, I really try to maximize my time by cheating for the most part. And with Central Park, well, with everywhere around the world, certain areas have certain Pokemon that are like really just like only that place would have it. And I don't remember if Central Park actually had its own specific Pokemon, but I just remember that it had a bunch of Pokemon. So when I was cheating, I would go on my phone. I was jailbroken, so I had this like program to like really like fake my location, so I was just like popping up all around the world getting all these exotic Pokemon. So Central Park was like my main area. I would just like come here, like pretend like I'm walking around getting all these Pokemon. So that's my one Central Park story. So right now I'm currently under the bridge, the archway, right in front of the Bethesda fountain, and I found a composition that I kind of like to take my first picture for this trip, but it's a little bit complicated because I only brought one camera and one lens, so I'm gonna have to plop this camera onto a tripod, and I guess you guys just have to see what I get. So for the most part, this is what I'm kind of looking at, the entrance to this archway, and I'm just really liking how the really bright highlights is really blowing out the dark shadows. So I'm going to play with a little bit of the lighting, but the only problem is I want a single person in this photo, but as you can see, this is a very popular place for people to go through, so I'm going to have to do some time manipulation to get this photo done. Okay, so that photo took a lot longer than I was expecting. I think I was standing there for like 20 minutes just trying to get somewhat of a empty canvas with just a single person. And of course, I'm not gonna lie to you, I kind of cheated and manipulated everything so that I can get a clean working start. So what you see as the final image may or may not be good, because I'm talking to you right now. I haven't edited yet, but hopefully my vision came through with that image. So for this trip, I went kind of minimalistic with my camera gear, or at least what I would consider minimalistic. I brought along 2 bodies, 2 lenses. One body, 1 lens is recording me right now, and the other body and lens is for taking photos. But I only brought 1 tripod, 1 travel size tripod, so it makes recording myself a little bit difficult. So for this trip, you're probably going to see a lot of me just explaining what I'm doing instead of like showing you what I'm doing. And also for this trip, I may or may not be taking a lot of photos just because I'm kind of picky with what I shoot. I just don't spray and pray. So a day like today is very gloomy, and I'm in Central Park right now and all the trees are dead, which can be, you know, make for good photos, but it's just not what I'm looking for. So like you saw today, I only took like 1 photo. Actually, I took a lot of photos just to make 1 photo, but at the end of the day, that's what I'm looking for, just quality over quantity. As of right now, I think I'm going to head back and leave Central Park. If you didn't know, Central Park is just massive. It covers so much land, and I'm not going to be able to cover it all today, at least maybe another day. But like I said, I'm going to head back and maybe get some food, maybe go back to the hotel. I'm not sure. We'll see. So as you guys can see, I've made it back to the hotel. Just went and got dinner at a spot called Junior's, which, if you want a recommendation, it's pretty good. Relatively low pricing. It's it's pretty much the same price as any other big city. So I got the burger, which was okay, but the red velvet cheesecake at the end is probably the best cheesecake I've ever had. The cheesecake was just like super creamy, so highly recommended. As for this video, I think I'm just going to call it here. I know I said at the beginning of this video that I'll show you around the room, but after looking at everything, there isn't really much to show. It's kind of like a dorm room, literally like 10 steps from the door and you're at the edge of the bed, so there isn't much to show. And this place is, it's kind of expensive. I mean, you range from around 200 to 300 bucks a night. I got on the low end at around just under 200, but at 300 bucks, I don't know if I can recommend staying here. It's nice, it's really modern, but I mean it's pretty expensive for what it is. I think you're mainly just paying for the location and just the cool aspect of it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I know this one is a little bit of a random video just because there was a lot of traveling and I was just in New York for the first time, so I just felt like making a quick video. And tomorrow there's going to be a lot more exploration, so definitely stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have liked this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, share around, comment down below any thoughts, questions, or recommendations for New York that you guys might have. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more content. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.